Welcome to Trading Lounge and the Australian report for the 29th of October. This is how I was looking at it yesterday on this 1 hour chart here. We were looking at possibly wave 1 here with an A and a B and a C wave down into the 61.8% mark here. But today I want to have a look at another count. If this market finds support on 6,100, then this market would be correct. But otherwise, we'll see this market move further down. This can also move down here a little bit further and then retest here and then drop down at this particular stage. So I want to redress the whole market for a moment. So just going back to the daily chart here, I wanted to have a look at it like this here. So from the low here, this would be in line with the S&P 500 as well. So wave 1 here and 2 here, and then as an ABC here, and this pattern really came from the materials sector. So the Australian market is difficult to count at times because it's drawn between the finance sector, the resource sector, and of course other markets such as the S&P 500, what's going on in the rest of the world. So it can be really skewed around at times, but yeah, so it's a tricky little snake to grab hold of. So wave 2 here, so we got wave 1 and 2 here, and then we've got a very clear 5-wave structure here for this as wave 3 here and wave 4 here. And this can play out as 1 and 2 here, and 3 here with an A and a B and a C for wave 4, and then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and this is the high on the cash market as 5. So even though this is pretty ugly, it does fit here okay. This is an impulse wave down here as 5 waves. This is 3-wave structure up here as it's taken out the top here. So it can make so that would call it an expanded flat at this point, and an expanded flat would take the top out here, but also take the low out here at wave A here. So we'll just see if the market's going to come down further. We will need to look at it like this here as 1 and 2 and 3, an A and a B and a C for wave 4, and then up for wave 5 at this stage. I feel a little bit more comfortable about this. So what we'll need to do, of course, is we'll need to see if the 6,000 is going to be rejected or not. That's really the key of all of this. Currently it's sitting on the 61.8% mark from the this current low here as 1 and 2 as we just had it, but we'll just need to drill into that and have a closer look at that now. So on the 4-hour chart, I was considering it to be like such. So from wave A here, an A and a B and a C for wave B, and then 1 and 2, and this is a 3rd wave here, and we'll see a 4th wave and a 5th wave come down. So I see it as well, we just really got to see how the 6,000 plays out here for this. So that this can move down to the 8 here. Then we've got group 2 in here for all of this. So 65, 72 and 80 in here, 65, 72 and 80. And we'll put 5, 9 in there because it will play a part in there, not a strong part, but it will play some part in there as support. So we really need to investigate this possible 5 waves down through here, and also too as the A, the B and the C wave sitting here as well. But as I mentioned, at a starting point, getting support on top of 6.1 would be a start on that, but also too we would want to see a nice impulse wave up through here, so a 5-wave structure up here, then a 3-wave structure back at that point. So we'll be able to catch that. We're not going to miss anything. It's just, we were on the hourly, so I'll go to, I think it may be the 15-minute. I've done some work on it. So just pulling back in here. So all the way down from the top, these need to be, I need to put these 1 degree higher here for these. So I'll just do that while I'm here to a point. I'll tidy that up later. I won't waste your time on that. But in a nutshell, wave 1 here, an A and a B and a C for wave 2. And from wave 2 coming down, we can look at this as same as we did yesterday as 1 and 2, and then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 down here for the 3rd wave. Yesterday we were down here somewhere. We're looking for a bounce off this number, coming back as a wave 4 to the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree, or 38.2% retracement level. We'll just check on that too, just to see. It just helps us confirm that structure. So it's pretty close. It's halfway between the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree and the 38.2. So that's nicely suited there. We can see a little 5-wave structure down here for 1 and then 2 here, and then 1 and 2 and 3 here and 4 here. So we may have wave 5 just here, or wave 5 coming down here, I'm not quite sure, but I was thinking that we would have a bit of a rally and then another 5 waves down here to make that wave 5 of 3, and that's where the 5-9 would come into play. And once that's into play, then we would see an ABC correction from that area. Let me just get that into perspective here a little bit. Wave 5 here can be roughly the same length as wave 1, so that will be something to look at. But in a nutshell, we'll be looking for 5 waves down here, a little bit like wave 1 coming down in 5, and then an A and a B and a C wave here. And I know wave 4s can be really quite sort of tricky to figure out. This is wave 4 here, so it may look like that, but normally because this is 1 degree higher here, this green one's 1 degree higher than this one here, so in the Fibbo ratio relationship, we can kind of, like, to get a visual on it, we could expect this correction here to be 60% bigger than this one here. So, you know, it's helpful knowing that, because if you're going to short and this wave here currently is 60% smaller than this one, well, then you know that you're walking down the wrong alley, you know. So yeah, and then we'll look at wave 4 coming down to wave 5. We'll look at that coming down in 5 waves as such. Get these things working. It's like having an extra arm. So we'll be looking for 5 waves down in this instance here to finish off. It may extend down further, and maybe I've got the count wrong at this particular point. So yeah, let's just see how today finishes. But look, for it to be a bullish count from this low or this low here, this is where it would come from as an ABC. So this can be wave C coming into this space here. It's not impossible, but if that's the case, this wave 4 that we're looking at here is in 3 waves. We would need to see, from that wave C, would need to see a nice 5-wave structure to the upside. We'd want to see it sort of up, and then we could look at it coming back like this. Then we can take that high out here if that's going to be the case. But we're not there yet, so we'll just see how today plays out. But just to be aware of both counts. But at the end of the day, really, visually, it's about this number here. This is where the battle is. This is the front line. So this is where, you know, this is a... we can just talk about this for a little bit, because I think it's important. So we've had the arrival, and we've had the reaction, and we've got the first not high above the level, but the first low below the level. So then we'll look for the A, the B, and the C. And, you know, wave 4 can pull up to there. So you can adjust this. So if we take this top here where green wave 2 is, and green wave 5 here, let's just say that goes up there and comes down. Okay, if it does, then you can look for the 38.2% retracement level, or the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree. If it just goes straight up here and goes above the 6,000 at that point, because in a smaller version here, 1, 2, 3, 4 here, 5, then this wave 4 should pull back to the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree there. So that would only take us to the 6,000, and it should be rejected at that point. So if it climbs on top of the 6,000, then you'll know that wave 5 of 3 is in place here for whatever reason, and then we can expect the market to pull back at that point there. So if that is the low there, then the 38.2% comes in here with the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree that plays out in that space there as well. So we can normally just take that and that there. So if that's low there, then we can look at this. If it climbs above that 6,000, that's where you'll be looking at that point. So if you can kind of work out 5 waves between the low here and wave 4, or 3 waves, because if it's 5 waves up here, then we'll have an ABC coming back, and then we can go long above that second high here at that point. I know that's all very complicated, but it's just a process of working through it. And if you, with the Elliott wave here, I mean, I've got this on a 15-minute chart, but you need to move down to a 5-minute chart, or 100 ticks is even better, and then 50 ticks or 20 ticks. And if you can't figure it out, you still got to go down into 5 ticks to figure it out, and start from the low and keep pulling it apart until you get it. And if you have problems with it, then you can always email me, flick it through, and I'll check it. But yeah, it has to be resolved at a detail level. Alrighty, thanks for tuning in. Cheers.